Have you considered the possibility that Apple's iPhone 18 might be the most boring iPhone upgrade in years? While everyone expects massive changes from Apple every year, leaked information suggests the iPhone 18 will look almost identical to the iPhone 17. This might sound disappointing, but there's actually a fascinating story behind Apple's decision. Today we're diving deep into everything we know about the iPhone 18, including why Apple is holding back major design changes and what this means for the future of iPhones. By the end of this video, you'll understand Apple's new strategy and whether the iPhone 18 is worth waiting for. Let's start with the elephant in the room, the design. According to reliable sources, particularly Ice Universe, who has a strong track record with Apple leaks, the iPhone 18 will keep the same basic design as the iPhone 17. This means you're getting the same flat frame that Apple has used since the iPhone 12. The rear camera layout will remain unchanged, so don't expect any revolutionary camera bump redesigns. The iPhone 18 Pro and Pro Max will continue using the raised camera design we've seen in recent Pro models. Even the dynamic island, which Apple introduced with the iPhone 14 Pro, will stick around for another generation. Now you might be thinking, so nothing changes at all? Well, not exactly. There is one small change that Apple is making to the dynamic island. The leaked information suggests that the dynamic island will become slightly smaller on the iPhone 18. Ice Universe even shared comparison images, showing the current dynamic island size versus the expected size on the iPhone 18. While this change might be noticeable when you look closely, it's hardly the dramatic redesign that many iPhone fans were hoping for. So why is Apple being so conservative with the iPhone 18 design? The answer lies in Apple's long-term strategy. Multiple sources suggest that Apple is saving major design changes for a special 20th anniversary iPhone that could arrive in 2027. This makes sense from a business perspective. Apple doesn't want to waste their biggest design innovations on a regular yearly update. Instead, they're planning something special for the iPhone's 20th birthday. This strategy also explains why the iPhone 18 won't feature a full-screen design without the dynamic island. The technology for under-display cameras exists, but Apple is apparently saving this feature for that anniversary model. Let's talk about Apple's new release strategy because this is where things get really interesting. Industry reports suggest Apple is changing how they release iPhones, starting with the iPhone 18 series. Instead of launching all models at once, Apple might split the launch cycle. The iPhone 18 Pro and Pro Max, along with a rumored iPhone Air 2, are expected to launch in fall 2026. However, the standard iPhone 18 might not arrive until early 2027. This would be a major shift from Apple's traditional release pattern. Historically, new features appear first on Pro models and then move to standard models a year or two later. With this new strategy, the standard iPhone 18 might actually get the same screen improvements as the Pro models much faster. Now let's discuss pricing, which is always a concern for iPhone buyers. Despite rising costs from what's being called the DRAM crisis and more expensive components, Apple plans to keep the iPhone 18 Pro and Pro Max at the same launch price as current models. This is good news for consumers, especially considering how expensive flagship phones have become. Apple is also expected to remove physical SIM card slots entirely from the iPhone 18 series. This means all models will rely completely on eSIM technology. While this might concern some users, eSIM adoption has been growing steadily. Let's move on to colors, because this is where Apple might actually surprise us. According to Bloomberg's Mark Gurman, Apple is testing a deep red finish for the iPhone 18 Pro and Pro Max. This potential flagship color could replace the cosmic orange that was introduced with the iPhone 17 Pro series. The orange color was apparently very popular, especially in China, where some people compared it to the classic Hermes orange shade. However, since red and orange are close on the color spectrum, Apple probably won't offer both options together. There have also been rumors about purple and brown finishes for the iPhone 18 Pro. Gurman believes these might just be different variations of the same red concept that Apple is currently testing. If Apple goes with the deep red option, it would continue its recent trend toward bolder Pro colors. This is a departure from the historically muted tones like graphite, silver, and deep blue that Apple used for years. For Apple's rumored foldable iPhone, the company plans to stick with more traditional colors. The foldable model is expected to launch in darker shades like black or dark gray, plus a white or light silver option. Apple seems to be positioning the foldable as a productivity device rather than a fashion statement. Now let's talk about the technical improvements that matter. The most exciting change might be the elimination of the dynamic island on future models. Apple is reportedly testing advanced screen technology that allows the selfie camera to work through the display pixels. This would make the camera practically invisible during normal use. Samsung Display is working with Apple to develop these improved OLED panels. The engineering challenge is creating a screen area transparent enough for light to pass through without distorting photos. Apple plans to maintain the 120 Hz ProMotion refresh rate to keep animations smooth. The iPhone 18 Pro will likely feature the new A20 Pro processor built on TSMC 2nm process. This chip is expected to offer up to 15% faster performance and 30% better efficiency compared to the A19 Pro. The improved efficiency, combined with a new C2 modem, should significantly reduce battery drain during demanding tasks. Apple's pattern suggests incremental improvements in CPU and GPU performance, but major advances in AI capabilities. Speaking of battery life, this might be where the iPhone 18 Pro really shines. Rumors suggest a battery capacity between 5,100 and 5,200 milliamps. If true, this could deliver up to 40 hours of use on a single charge. This would be a massive improvement from previous iPhone models and could finally put iPhone battery life ahead of Android competitors. The combination of hardware improvements and power-efficient components aims to handle heavy multimedia, gaming, and productivity tasks without frequent charging. Camera improvements are also expected, even though the basic design won't change. The iPhone 18 Pro is rumored to keep its triple 48MP camera setup, but add variable aperture to the main sensor. This would give users much more creative control over exposure and depth of field. A new 3-layer stacked sensor from Samsung could improve image processing speed and reduce noise in low-light conditions. These upgrades focus on enhancing both professional photography and everyday snapshots without changing the familiar camera design. So what does all this mean for you as a potential buyer? The iPhone 18 represents Apple's approach of incremental improvements rather than revolutionary changes. If you're hoping for a dramatically different iPhone experience, you might want to wait for that rumored 2027 anniversary model. However, if you value battery life, camera quality, and processing power improvements, the iPhone 18 could be worth considering. The decision to keep the same basic design also means that existing accessories and cases might remain compatible. This is actually good news for users who don't want to replace all their accessories every year. The iPhone 18 story shows us that Apple is playing a longer game than just yearly updates. While the minimal design changes might seem disappointing, they're part of a bigger strategy leading up to something potentially amazing in 2027. The real improvements in the iPhone 18 will be under the hood: better performance, longer battery life, and improved cameras. What do you think about Apple's conservative approach to the iPhone 18 design? Are you willing to wait for the 2027 anniversary iPhone, or do the rumored improvements make the iPhone 18 appealing enough? Let me know in the comments below what features matter most to you in your next iPhone. If this video helped you understand Apple's iPhone 18 strategy, hit that like button and subscribe for more tech news and analysis. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.